Okay, so your lesson on Jingle Bells here, there's a couple of things we got to worry about. First is just the way the roll works is different than something we've seen before. So just doing that first measure over and over again will get you used to it. So it's I am, I am, I am, T, M. Just do it over and over and over again. If you need to push pause on the video, do it and just play that a bunch. Just 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, whatever you got to do to make it feel good. That literally is the first two measures, okay? And then it has the first half of the third measure there does something similar, but then it goes into an actual roll that finishes up the line. So you start off with I am, and then the third finger drops. Make sure it's your third finger. Okay, so that's already what we were doing. And then it finishes it off into a roll. Okay, and those rolls continue. That same T-I-M, 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 it goes. And that finishes off the line. So going from the third measure, make sure it's I am, and make sure your third finger's playing that note. And then you go into a roll. Good, and the next line, it's a D7, but you're going to play the same thing with your right hand. That's when it gets weird, okay? First measure again of that second line. Okay? Then it's a little different. You have this weird hiccup because of, oh, what fun it is, okay? It goes, it is. We want that rhythm part to be accented there, and the way you do it is the change in the roll. The second measure of the second line is where that happens. You start an M-T, and then you go into your I am. Okay, so it's M-T-I-M, and then it's the same, thumb, middle, okay? So play just that second measure of the second line. Do it again. Do it a few times, and then put it together with the measure before it. Do those a couple times in a row. And the third measure is when we actually play something a little different than what they wrote, but you end up with I-M-T-M-T-I-T-M. This should feel pretty good. With your second finger down on the second fret A, make sure it's your second finger. You end up with this. Not too bad. Just make sure you're playing that thumb when you're playing the second fret here. Thumb, thumb. Then you're going to go down and play your I finger on that note for the next measure. Index, pinch, third finger on here. Okay? That measure is going to be index playing on the right hand. And just make sure they're quarter notes. That's it. So that second line together. Third line is the same as the first line, so you've got that. Fourth line has a variation on the third measure of that line, where it says D7. So the first two measures of that fourth line are... And this is where it's different. The melody goes... Right? Because of the one horse open, it just feels funny. There's something weird about this measure. But you end up with this I am, starting it off, I am, and then you're going to go T-I-M, I-M, T-I-M, then finish that roll off with your second finger here. So it's, right? Make sure it's I-M, T-I-M, T-I-M, and make sure you're playing third finger, first finger, second finger. Sorry, here it is. And the last little thing there, it's going to feel weird, but you're going to start with an I finger. Open. Again, that last measure. That isn't weird when you put it together with the measure before it. That's the song. Here's what it sounds like all the way through. That is how you play it. So notice that I'm trying to bring out the words, okay? Some things are harder to do than others, but it's there for you. Yeah, enjoy it. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you next week.